Everyone, and welcome to Reading with Kindergarten with Hidden Valley Elementary School Kindergarten Team. Buenos días a todos, bienvenidos a Leyendo con Kinder, aquí con Hidden Valley Elemental y las maestras de kindergarten. So what we're going to do today is just kind of go over some important themes and spotlight books and some different things we want to look out for while we are reading with our student, okay? So we know that literacy is so important, and we want to make sure that you guys at home also know how to help your students while we are not with them. So sabemos que leyendo es algo que es muy importante para nuestros hijos y solo voy a coger unos minutos para hablar sobre unos temas en kinder que podemos usar en la casa cuando no estamos con nuestra maestra o maestro. So the first thing that we really want to look out for in kindergarten while we're building literacy skills are adjectives, so describing new things. So it is not specific to this book. We just want to make sure that while we're at home and we're looking at different things, we're talking about different adjectives, different ways that we can describe those things. So el primero es los adjetivos, so describiendo cosas nuevas. Si estamos leyendo un libro, si estamos mirando cosas que tenemos en la casa, lo que sea, podemos usar diferentes palabras para describir cosas que vemos, qué tamaños son, qué colores son, what shapes are they, what sizes do we see, what colors do we see. The next theme or standard, one of the very important things that we want to work on here in kindergarten is nonfiction books. So looking at books and what are these books mainly about? Are we reading about rainbows? What things do we learn from the text? What things can we take away from the book that we are learning about? So main idea, and then what different things can we find that support that main idea? Diciendo el idea principal de un libro, so si estamos leyendo un libro sobre perritos, ¿qué cosas nos enseñó el libro sobre esos perritos y qué podemos aprender de ese libro? So diciendo la idea principal y los detalles sobre un libro. The final, and of course not last thing, but one thing that we really wanted to point out as a kindergarten team that is very important is fiction books. So talking about our books and characters, setting, beginning, middle, and end. That is going to be very important when we are talking about our books and thinking about how we can comprehend our books and learn more from the books that we're reading. So también los libros de ficción, ¿qué personas tenemos en los libros? ¿Qué es el escenario? ¿Dónde están estas personas, estos animales que tenemos en nuestro libro? ¿Qué es el principio, el medio y el final del libro, de un libro de ficción? So when we're reading nonfiction books, we want to focus on the main idea and details. When we're reading fiction books, we want to focus on characters, setting, and beginning, middle, and end. Now, we're also working on comprehension of our books. So asking questions, what, when, where, why, who, and how. We can ask and answer questions in a text to better understand it. So también haciendo preguntas sobre un libro. ¿Quién está en el libro? ¿Por qué algo pasó? Todas esas preguntas son muy importantes cuando estamos leyendo. I'm also sharing ideas and opinions with others. So I think that the character did this because this reason, and then listening to others' responses and adding on. I agree with your response, and this is why, this is because I agree, or this is why I disagree. So having in-depth conversations about our text and what we might think about the text, and then deciding whether or not we agree with someone else's opinion and why or why not. So, otra cosa que es muy importante con nuestros libros que ustedes pueden hacer con su estudiante diciendo opiniones y hablando con otros. And then also sounding out our words on our own. Of course, this means that we're going to have to learn our letters and our sounds to be able to sound out our words on our own. It is now December, so we definitely want to make sure we know our letters and sounds by now so we can move on to sounding out words and reading those words in our books. So también usando sonidos para escribir palabras, nosotros solos. So estos estudiantes queremos que ellos lo puedan hacer ellos solos. So en vez de diciendo cómo escribir una palabra, pregúntale a ellos qué sonidos escuchan ustedes en estos libros. Instead of telling your student how to spell something, which is of course what we would love to do, having them sound it out on their own is going to benefit them more in the long run. So our reading skills that we really want to focus on right now are our letters. A really good method to teach our letters is Letterland, and we can find this by just looking up Letterland in YouTube, very easy to find. So el primer cosa que queremos que ustedes sepan es que las letras y los sonidos son muy importantes para leyendo y también diferentes maneras en que podemos leer, usando los dibujos para ayudarnos a saber lo que dicen las palabras, los sonidos que tenemos al principio de una palabra también puede ayudar a nosotros para leer. So there are some different strategies that can also help us while we're reading. For example, eagle eye or looking at the picture to help us read. Lips the fish, saying the first sound in the word is going to help me think, okay, well, I see a dog in the picture. I also see that the beginning sound of the word is d, so that word must say dog. Stretching out the sound, dog. And then chunky monkey, looking for chunks in the word. So if I know an says and I add k to the beginning, k, and can. So chunks in the word can also help me to learn that word. And also sight words. These are going to be based off memorization. So we do not want to be sounding out the word the. We do not want to be sounding out the word we, because the more that we are sounding out and the more that we struggle to really read that word, it's not going to help us to comprehend, because we're spending so much time trying to read the word. We're not going to comprehend what it is that we read. So these are sight word lists that your teacher can provide to you as you learn your letters and your sounds and these sight words. Again, we want these to be solely memorization so that we don't struggle too much on what the word says, but also what the word means and what the text is trying to convey. Estas son palabras que queremos que los estudiantes pueden memorizar. So no es que lo queremos que los niños están leyendo estas palabras, solo que lo saben y lo saben rápido para que pueden leer estos libros muy rápido y pueden saber lo que están diciendo estas palabras y estas frases. So for example, very quickly, if my sight words are the, saw, and a, then I can read this easily. The bug saw a hat. The bug saw a flower. The bug saw a leaf. So when I know these words, then I can go ahead and read this text quickly using the pictures that I see as well. Other example is just building confidence. So the more practice, the more confidence. You would teach the and go ahead of time. So those sight words that you want to read quickly, and then students can use the pictures to help them with the rest of the words. So, por ejemplo, queremos que podemos enseñar the y go, y después con eso podemos usar los dibujos para ayudarnos a leer el resto del libro. Por ejemplo, veo aquí que dice go, go, go. I see here that the title is go, go, go. I have taught that word. My student now knows it. And I have also taught the. So the only thing my student needs to read here is the, go, and then the picture that they can look at here in the book. So the dogs go, the pigs go. Again, I've taught go. The only thing that they'll really need to look for is the picture for the middle word. So if you would like to see more kindergarten lessons in action, please check out our kindergarten page on YouTube if you would like to see more of these lessons. The link is in our description of this video. Si quiere ver más lecciones para kindergarten para ayudar a su estudiante, puedes ir a nuestro link de YouTube que está aquí en la descripción. Y eso es todo. Que todos tengan un buen día y dejar su maestra o maestro saber si tiene más preguntas. Adios. Thank you so much for listening. And if you would like to see more, again, click the link in the description and we'll have more lessons in action for you. Have a great day.